Hello and welcome you over timesofIndia.com. I am Akash Dasgupta. Let's talk about match number 36 now, which will be played in IPL 2023 on Wednesday. It's going to be the 26th of April, and it's going to see two teams, both of which are high-profile teams. They both have big fan bases. They'll be taking on each other. I'm talking about the Royal Challengers Bangalore and the Kolkata Knight Riders. Both teams, remember, have played 7 matches each this season, but their fortunes have been rather different. Now, this match will be played at the M. Chinnaswamy in Bengaluru. It will be an evening game. Starts at 7:30 p.m. IST on Wednesday, the 26th of April. As far as the weather forecast for Bangalore is concerned, the high is around 32, low is about 21 for Wednesday. It is going to be partly cloudy with about a 10% chance of rain in the evening. So hopefully we won't see any rain disrupting this match. Now, remember, this is going to be the second clash of these two teams in IPL 2023. The first time that RCB and KKR locked horns this season, Kolkata Knight Riders thrashed RCB by 81 runs, but a lot has changed since then. Let's talk about the two teams one by one. The home team first, that's RCB. They have so far played 7, won 4 and lost 3, and they're coming off 2 back-to-back wins. Now, in the last match, they managed to beat the Rajasthan Royals, but they won that match by just 7 runs, despite the fact that they scored 189 batting first. The big strengths for this team, once again, I've spoken about this in previous videos as well, that big three of theirs: Faf du Plessis, Virat Kohli and Glenn Maxwell, the big three in the batting department. Now, all three of them, of course, are in good touch in IPL 2023. In the last match, Faf made 62 of 39. He, remember, is the current orange cap holder for having scored the maximum number of runs so far. He's got 405 runs so far in IPL 2023 in 7 innings. Maxwell in the last game made 77 of 44. Once again, absolutely electric with the bat. Virat fell for a golden duck. It was a rare off day in the office for Virat, and he will of course be itching to get back to scoring big runs. As far as the weaknesses are concerned for this team, just going by what happened in the last match, if you look at that scorecard, numbers 5 to 9 in the batting lineup, they made a combined 34 runs. So the middle order, once again, is looking a little shaky. If you take that top 3 out, the middle order looks shaky. The other batsmen really need to rally around the big 3 as far as RCB is concerned. In the bowling department, in the last game against Rajasthan Royals, they allowed the Royals to get to 182 for 6. That despite the fact that danger man Jos Buttler fell for a duck. Now, the KKR batting lineup, of course, is not that strong, but the RCB bowling overall needs to be tighter. Siraj, of course, leading the way. He's been phenomenal again this season. He is currently the joint highest wicket taker and shares the purple cap with Arshdeep Singh, having taken 13 wickets so far. Another positive for RCB in the bowling department is Harshal Patel. After a few ups and downs in the initial part of the season, including that episode where he had to be taken off for bowling 2 no balls in the 20th over, he has come back into his groove. Last match, he took 3 wickets for 32 runs in his 4 overs, so he looked pretty good, and that's good news for RCB. Overall, of course, this team, the Royal Challengers Bangalore, looking like big contenders for a playoff berth. Remember, they're still searching for that maiden IPL title. Talking about KKR now, they've also played 7 matches, but they have lost as many as 5. They've managed to win just 2 matches so far, and this team is coming off as many as 4 back-to-back losses. They really find themselves in a position which is a nightmare scenario for all teams, that losing streak, and nothing really seems to be working for this team in terms of them breaking that losing streak and going back to winning ways. They really have all sorts of problems and just not managing to find a way to win matches. Now, the last time that these two teams played, like I mentioned earlier, KKR did beat RCB, and that too by a huge margin of 81 runs. But if you look at what happened in that game, Shardul Thakur, batting at number 7, made 68 of 29. Varun Chakravarti took 4 for 15 in that match. Virat Kohli, Faf du Plessis and Glenn Maxwell combined made just 49 runs in that game. Now, these are things that are not going to happen every day. So KKR cannot just feel that because they've beaten RCB once, they're going to beat them again. Now, that was KKR's second match overall of the season when they last beat RCB. A lot, of course, has changed since then. In the batting department, the likes of Jagadisan, Nitish Rana, Andre Russell, they really haven't come to the party yet. They need to step up to the plate and start delivering consistent scores. Nitish Rana's captaincy, what do you think of that so far? Let us know in the comment section of this video. As far as the bowling is concerned, David Visa, Kejrolia, they were expensive in the last match. Chennai Super Kings, which was the last team that KKR played, made as much as 235 for 4 in that match, which is the season's highest total. The experiment of then opening with Nareen when they were chasing that big total, that of course did not work. It has worked at times for KKR in the past, but in this particular instance, it did not work. A few positives for the Kolkata Knight Riders. Yes, it's not all gloom and doom. A few positives is that is the form of, I would say, Jason Roy and Rinku Singh. Rinku, of course, has been again a sort of a revelation this season. He has been delivering consistent scores, and Jason Roy, who was benched earlier after he joined the KKR squad, has been brought into the fold now, and rightly so. And he has started to find his feet, because Jason Roy, we all know how dangerous he can be with the bat. In the last game against CSK, where they were chasing an absolutely mammoth target, they did manage to get to 186 for 8. They lost that match by 49 runs, but they did manage to get to 186 for 8, and that was largely thanks to Jason Roy and Rinku Singh. What can they do differently to try and break themselves out of this losing streak, this rut that they find themselves in? In the next game against RCB, they really need to find a way to send back the top 3, the big 3, Virat Kohli, Faf du Plessis and Glenn Maxwell early back into the hut. They need to bowl very, very tight lengths, and then they need their top 4 batsmen at least to come good with the bat, and they especially need someone like an Andre Russell, in particular if they're chasing a big score, to come good with the bat. Even if they're batting first and the top order hasn't really clicked, Russell really needs to flex his muscles and come good for KKR now finally. As far as the verdict is concerned, the Chinnaswamy is a high scoring venue, and just going by that, I feel RCB are the favourites to win.